o estás metiendo a Canelo aquí? ¿Esto es real, como el meme?
Esto, lo que pasa es que hay tres ofertas. La verdad, está Canelo y está, en su momento se estaba hablando de Billy, pero bueno, yo creo que eso se quedó atrás porque no, ahora el día 10 de enero nos volvemos a conectar.
What did he say? Hold on. Before we get to the translation and the disheartening news for those of us that wanted to see Canelo versus Terence Bud Crawford, I want to know, did you notice something that I saw? Only those that are certified would have recognized it, but hold on. I'm going to give you another chance. I'm going to slow it down for you. Check it out.
Ahora, el día 10 de enero, nos volvemos a conectar.
You see what I see? I knew there was a reason why I always liked William Scull. You know, it's because real recognize real. So let me get right for you. Yeah, my boy fanged up, man. You know what I'm talking about? He dropped the gold fronts on him, man. So if you're real and you know it, clap your hands.
I call shots like a boss, stack knots like a boss. Who the boss player? Who the dirty South boss?
If I tell you I'm good, probably you will say I'm boasting. But if I tell you I'm no good, you know I'm lying.
Yo, what's good, Boxing Talk family? It's your boy Dr. Boxing Talk, back for another YouTube video. Banger, man. Yes sir, yes ma'am. I know what time it is. The doctor's in the house, man, so check this out, man. We have news coming from William Scull, man. He was on an interview with Cubanos Puños TV, you know, on YouTube, and he was being interviewed, and you know, he had a lot of things to say in regards to a potential fight between him and Saul Canelo Alvarez, aka Cinnamon, man. You know, my guy.
Eso, sí. Esto va a mamar el bicho. Esto va a mamar el...
You know, it's crazy because there's been a lot of rumors circulating for a long time about the showdown between Cinnamon and Bud. You know, a lot of people want to see it. A lot of people are not so keen on it. You know what I'm saying? I'm cool to see it. It's intriguing. But, you know, I'm cool with either one of them, whether it's Terence Bud Crawford or Saul Canelo Alvarez, going in other directions. And it seems like that's what Canelo will be aiming to do, right? William Scull has confirmed that he has been in talks with Cinnamon about a potential fight on Cinco de Mayo in 2025, man. You know, May 5th, right? Which I believe is May 4th this year, which will be that Saturday. But, you know, the weekend of Cinco de Mayo, right? And it gives Canelo a potential chance, it gives him an opportunity to potentially be a two-time undisputed at 168, because you know he's already broke history and set history by becoming the first undisputed at super middleweight 168 pounds in boxing history, right? So he could beat Scull potentially and become a two-time undisputed champion. Now I know some people won't be too intrigued because they don't really follow the Cuban fighter William Scull, but he just beat Vladimir Shishkin, and Vladimir Shishkin, it was for some people it was controversial. You know, Vladimir Shishkin and his team didn't agree with the ruling or the decision, and they petitioned to have that fight overruled, but they were denied. However, they were granted opportunity at a rematch, you know, later on down the line, later this year. So we'll see if that fight actually happens. But in the meantime, William Scull was allowed the opportunity to fight in the interim. It wasn't an immediate rematch ordered, you know, just one down the line. So William Scull could potentially get his biggest payday, you know. And I will say this, man, for those people that aren't as intrigued about Canelo fighting William Scull, well, he's an IBF champion, you know what I'm saying? I know he doesn't have the same name or profile or branding or even marketability as a lot of fighters that we would rather see Canelo fight, but he's still a formidable fighter. He's a champion, right? I know, like Usyk, you know, Usyk lost his IBF belt and Daniel Dubois became the champion, right? And a lot of people are intrigued, myself included, in Usyk potentially going for a two-time undisputed at heavyweight. Well, it'll be his third undisputed, but you know, his second division, right? Because he had one undisputed at cruiserweight, another undisputed at heavyweight, and then if he could reclaim undisputed again at heavyweight, this would be his second time at heavyweight, right? And some people, obviously, it's not as great as getting it for the first time. But it's still something that adds to your legacy. So people are excited about that if Usyk could beat Dubois, or I should say Dubois or Joseph Parker winner, because the winner of that fight with Dubois defending his IBF title will be the champion, right? So Joseph Parker wins and he could potentially fight Joseph Parker and reclaim undisputed again, right? And people will want to see that. That adds to his legacy. Well, likewise, there's a lot of similarities, right, with Canelo and William Scull. William Scull also obtained the IBF belt due to Canelo being stripped of it, right? So Canelo having the opportunity to reclaim this belt is just as dope, right? I mean, if we want to keep it consistent. Now, obviously, William Scull, he does not have the momentum that Daniel Dubois had in this last year, right? He had Daniel Dubois on a crazy run, but William Scull is still the champion, and he picked up that belt, right? So that'd be dope if we could see that in Canelo fight William Scull. I'm all for the fight, you know, Cinco de Mayo, but I know some people will be disappointed, and I get it, naturally so, but this is not a bad fight at all if it happens, and William Scull has seemingly confirmed. I'll even go through the translation right here for my non-Spanish speakers. Check this out. So in the video, you know, you can go check out the video in its entirety yourself. I watched the whole thing, but essentially what he was saying is that he's basically confirming that he has been approached by Canelo's team, you know, and they could potentially have a unification or undisputed match in Las Vegas on May 5th, you know what I'm saying, or Cinco de Mayo weekend, you know. And then Scull has even went further to add that on January 10th, an official meeting will take place between him and Cinnamon, and where both teams are expecting to finalize everything and agree on the terms of the fight. So I think this will be good, man. I'm looking forward to it. You know, I know some people who want to see Bud versus Canelo, they're going to be a little disappointed, or even, you know, Bud or Canelo versus Benavidez, you know, they're going to be disappointed it's not that. But, you know, there's still great fights outside of the fights that we necessarily are focused on seeing, you know what I'm saying? But y'all let me know, are y'all disappointed if this fight happens? I'm not disappointed. I'm cool with it, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, I do rock with Cinnamon, though, I will tell you that. And I think that Cinnamon would beat William Scull. But shout out to William Scull for keeping it G, man. I always rock with him, you know, from the first couple times I seen him up until now. My boy got the gold fangs and everything, man. You know what I'm talking about?
When my name come up, respect it.
Let's go.
Stop playing with my fucking name. All three of y'all.
So I rock with him, and yeah, I look forward to this fight, and I think that Canelo will become a two-time undisputed at 168. But William Skull's a slick fighter, and you know a lot of people say that Canelo struggles with those, right? So let's see what goes on, man. And we know Erislandy Lara gave him a good matchup. He's a Cuban fighter too, and he's currently a champion at 160. So this fight is intriguing for me, you know what I'm saying? And William Scull deserves a shot, so it seems like he will get it, man. And y'all let me know what y'all think about that. Are you mad because you know the Bud fight has seemed like it got pushed off again, but it could still potentially happen too after this? You know, you never know how things happen, man. 2025 still a big year for boxing, so don't forget to smack that like button. But remember, most importantly, with God we can do anything, without God we're nothing. The doctor's out. Peace. Keep them fangs in, you know what I'm talking about?
Like a boss, stack knots like a boss.
From the hood to college, both worlds they had to meet. 6 degrees between us, so cold we're about to freeze. But we're Florida boys, hot takes, we bring the heat. We're moving the culture, the engineers to the streets.